And welcome back, all you Wordle fans out there, to the Creator Clash. My name is Will Hall, that is Rakdos, and we are bringing you this amazing timeless format tournament where we've had 16 of the best players on Arena battling it all out to try and call themselves champion. Well, we're down to the final two, but we need to make that one. We need to find out who is it going to be. Is it going to be Missman, who is like basically built the deck of the tournament? Let's be honest, he's cracked the format, he's sorted it all out. Or is it going to be Arnie on the other side piling it to that finals? But maybe you at home think you can do better. Maybe you think, oh, I know how to beat this deck. It's really easy. I just need to play X, Y, and Z. Well, I've got good news for you. There's another tournament next weekend, Anu, right?
Yes, absolutely. So next Sunday, January 14th at 8 a.m. PST, you can sign up for the open entry 1K, ! Open in the chat. We'll get you a link to the Melee page. We've already got a number of people who are signed up. And here's the thing, right? If you don't know what to play in Timeless, this is why I put this event on for you, so that you could see what is doing well, what is winning, what is cool, what is powerful in this format. Now, what's really interesting about this event, two things. First, it's $1,000 cash prize. You're welcome. I got you. Second off, it's got scaling prize support, scales with attendance. So the more people that sign up, the bigger the payout's going to be. I am looking forward to this event. I really hope everyone does get to play. This format has been nothing but hysterically awesome, and I am looking forward to what additional innovations we'll see next week as this metagame evolves and adapts to what we've got this week.
Yeah, we're making the meta for you. So all you need to do is basically take the best decks in this tournament and go play them. It's really easy. We're doing all the hard work for you. One other thing we need to shout out and we need to ask for, how are you feeling about like a tournament like this on a Friday? Normally we see these at the weekend, but we're throwing at you on a Friday, seeing how this goes, mixing it up, trying new things. This is what we're all about. If you like it, please let us know. If you think, I mean, we need more tournaments on a Friday evening. We need to, I'm sat at home, I can't go to my F&M or whatever. I need to watch something. If this is if you like this, maybe we can start doing this a bit more. Let's see. But more importantly, let's get to the finals. Let's get the graphic up on the slide there. What is our head-to-head? It is, of course, Missman on the left of your screen on the Dimir control deck, the founder, the builder, the executioner of this deck, against Arnie on the right of your screen, who is, pulling it out, playing this deck to perfection. He's got such a high skill level. It's going to be really interesting to see who manages to put that back. In the Discord chat, they're talking right now. Arnie believes Missman's build is the better build for the mirror. We're going to see if that's how it pans out. Let's get straight down to this game.
I'm very interested to see. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. If Arnie is saying that he is not favored in this matchup, that's a big endorsement. However, this is one of those age-old questions where it's just like, do you take the side of a format specialist, for example, like in the Infect matchup, do I take the side of Will Hall, who has played Infect a million times, or do I take the side of Reed Duke, who's picking up Infect for the first time, but just has good fundamentals? I think there are pros and cons for each side. So let me know in the chat what you think about that. Arnie is saying he's behind. I tend to think that Arnie might be like humbling himself a little bit, as players of that caliber normally are. And we're just going to continue here in the blue-black Dimir control mirror, the finals of our very first Timeless Creator Clash. Let's get to it.
Yeah, I hope everybody, in that break managed to go to the toilet, managed to go refill their drink, their beverage of choice, because we are going to be strapping in for a long one. There is a lot of counter magic in both of these decks. I haven't even worked out, if I had to add it up, how many counter spells there are between them both. But it's a lot. That's what you need to know. It is a lot. And, you're the control mage here. And what is the kind of the deal breaker in control mirrors? I'm under the impression you want to be going land go, land go, land go, and ideally have more land on the battlefield than your opponent for that eventual turn when someone does fire off a spell and we have that big counter spell battle.
Yeah, generally speaking, what land drops are exactly what you want to be doing in this mirror match. You're missing a land drop will be likely the kiss of death here. And the reason that is because you're basically like none of your threats here. Because keep in mind, right? Missman said, hey, I'm only able to win with Orcish Bowmasters. So you have to find a way to navigate these games where your Orcish Bowmaster survives and then connects to the point where it might even just be a real win condition where you're supposed to just deck your opponent out. But like we're also playing commit to memory and things like that to sort of reset the deck. So it's going to be super tricky here. You make your land drops, and then at some point you try to resolve your draw twos and create a sizable enough advantage both in terms of mana and cards in hand to create that counter wall that prevents your opponent from basically moving in any capacity whatsoever.
It's so awkward. Look at Arnie's hand. He's got no more land drops. He wants to fire off his Archmage Charm and draw 2, but the potential Bowmaster on the other side, he won't be able to do that. And obviously, we can see there is a Bowmaster, so he's really on the fence. Really needs that land here and now. I was looking at the list. Arnie does have actual ways to exile Orcish Bowmasters, though, if the game does get long. So Mistman can't repeatedly get them back from the graveyard back into the deck and start recasting them with things like Liege's End, with other cards like Cling to Dust. So it'd be interesting to see. And I don't think we got the land drop.
All right, tough call here.
That's the first miss land drop. But over on the other side, again, another miss land drop here for Mistman.
and now, Mistman's going to have to take a deep breath, sort of see, hey, am I allowed to cast my spell, my brainstorm here to try to find a land extra? Arnie picks up a land. This is a big game.
Only 20 lands in these decks. 20 lands in both decks. This is maybe even 19 in one of them. Pretty crazy.
Are you counting Lorien Revealed?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm not a control mage. I don't count my spells as lands like you guys.
Well, welcome to 2024, old man. The future is here.
It really is here, and it is in the blue and black colors in Dimir, as both of these two decks are in our finals now. I think that, I'm calling it best deck in Timeless. I'm calling it. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not one to argue against that. This is an interesting card that Mistman has actually drawn for turn. It is Sauron's Ransom. This is a very exciting way to sort of continue making land drops and developing digging into your deck, developing your resources that gets around Orcish Bowmasters. You can see here, Mistman has had the opportunity to cast Brainstorm, has had the opportunity to cast Archmage's Charm, and just decided not to because of that fear of Bowmasters. And that is kind of what this matchup ends up looking like, is basically like, hey, who can get a threatening Bowmasters into play? How do we play around it? And looks like, yeah, Sauron's Ransom now on the stack is going to force some answers here from Arne.
Well, does Arnie think, okay, this is my option to resolve my spells? Do I draw 2? And that is what he's going to do. He's going to draw 2 in response while the shields are down. Try and find his own Orcish Bowmaster. Potentially doesn't find it, but does find a Drown the Locks for the Sauron's Ransom. And I was going to ask you about this. Like, how does this work in a meta where you've got Mystic Sanctuaries? Is it worth firing off your counter magic on these kind of draw spells, or is it worth holding it for some sort of threat? But then, it's open deckless, so we know what the threats are. And now look at this guy. While the shields are down, no Orcish Bowmasters. Both players are just firing off all the spells in their hands.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like, it's very tricky, right? The reason that I say it is tricky is because historically in control matches, the reason that you don't tap out on your turn is because your opponent will use like a cheap counter spell to counter your threat, and then they'll untap and then they'll play their threat. So imagine if it was like Teferi, Hero of Dominaria or something like that, right? That's a very powerful threat to take over the game. But in this matchup, look at the threat. The only threat there really is of relevance is like Lurrus and Orcish Bowmasters, neither of which are really like, designed to stick around given all the removal spells that exist on both sides. So the way I see it here, on either side, I'm just trying to jam my spells and not really, and just like kind of as not great as it sounds, hope and pray that things stick against the wall. You know what I mean?
That's how Will Hall plays Magic. Just a hope and a prayer. Hope everything and just pray it all resolves. It's all good. Welcome to the Intech Player's Dream. Does this resolve? Yeah, I win. Oh, okay, cool, I'm dead.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of critical question, which is like, what is the punishment for playing loosely? And really, the only thing I can think of is Orcish Bowmasters in response to a draw spell. And so, that's where maybe the fight begins, and that's where maybe you have to sort of dance a little bit more elegantly. But I think this is a lot less of your traditional control matchup because of just the lack of threats, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I hope it doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if game 1 goes to time. Like, genuinely, I could see
game
this happen.
1. Here's how I predict what I actually think is going to happen. Either we're going to see somebody who just completely, whiffs, and that doesn't seem to be the case quite yet. Mistman making land drops here just like barely at the last second, or we see this game literally not finish because of cards like we deck out, we get to our last card, we play Memory from Aftermath that we're flashing back from our graveyard, and then we just start the entire game over. It is a little bit tricky. Now the other option I think too is if Arnie just like floods out. That's also pretty bad, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen.
Yeah, I guess the other alliance is players can both have a load of spells in their hand because it is game one. We've still got all those bad spells still in our hands. Things like Legion's End, Fatal Push. These aren't great in this matchup, and they're just going to get gummed up in the in our hand here as we see a Fatal Push drawn. No targets for that, and probably won't be for a while.
Right, and so I think now the game just continues to more draw go, shocking in the watery grave here. This is exactly what you need to be doing. Now the question is also, here you have to figure out, how do you break these situations, right? What is supposed to happen in this scenario where you've got a bunch of instant speed spells and counters and your opponent also has the same? Well, the trick here is you are trying to break the mana paradigm. So when I say that, I say, hey, look, Arne has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 lands, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands, right? Mistman has 5 lands. So what we're going to actually do here is leverage Arne's end step to sort of double up on our mana. We get 5 mana on Arne's end step. We untap, we get 5 more mana. So we have functionally 10 mana, right? Think about it this way. When you're playing against Rhinos and you have 1 counter spell, or you have 2 counter spells with only 3 mana, your opponent goes end step on turn 3, cast Violent Outburst, untap, upkeep, Shardless Agent. That's how they kind of get around that your bottleneck, right? So that's what I think is going to happen here. Mistman is going to try to fire off, remove, draw spells on the opponent's end step, and then immediately untap and try to maybe slam a Brainstorm or draw 2 with an Archmage's Charm or something like that, right? Really just leveraging Flash as a mechanic to push through.
Well, we've got a big stack going on here. So dig through time, leaving up 2 blue mana. Memory, memory. I want to say deluge. It's not memory deluge, is it? It's memory lapse being cast then into a counter spell, then into our own dig through time, and now counter spell still on the stack. Does Arnie want to respond? He's found his own copy of counter spell, or is he happy to let this resolve? Obviously, dig through time, huge card in just Magic in general, but very big in a control mirror like this. As we're going to see, this counter spell is going to deal with dig through time, and Mistman is going to be forced to draw that Legion's End on top of his deck. Again, one of these kind of dead cards we're talking about. But shields are down, no Bowmasters in sight. So if we're happy to fire off this Brainstorm, and this is like what we want. We found the fetch land. That means we can get that Legion's End out of here. Don't want that anymore.
Yeah, and I think in this position, I have to guess. You can see the quality of Arnie's hand is like vastly diminishing now with 1, 2, 3 removal spells in the hand that really don't have any text in this matchup. And then there's the Snapcaster Mage and the Orcish Bowmasters on the other side. 2 counter spells there for Mistman. So Mistman looks decisively ahead. The problem is I really genuinely, I just don't know what the strategy is to sort of get this Orcish Bowmasters to connect with the life total. So really, I genuinely think this game is just gonna go to time. I don't know if there's a valid win condition here, and that is terrifying, honestly.
It's going to catch up to us all, and it is time. It is going to be a huge factor in this matchup. I wonder how both players are kind of factoring that into their game. But they're moving pretty quick, in all honesty. I think, we're seeing on Arnie's side, he is just kind of getting a handful of dead cards, all these removal spells, not doing too much. Enough that he's happy to fire off this Orcish Bowmaster end of turn. With Snapcaster in hand, he kind of can protect it. Maybe he's kind of smelling a little bit of weakness here, or trying to get that life total low enough so he can potentially steal a game out, because his hand really is not lining up to him. He can't just sit back forever. Where we look at Mistman's side here, we've got Dig Through Time, Archmage's Charm, Drown the Locks, and our Orcish Bowmaster, along with a Mystic Sanctuary. I'd say the most stronger cards in this mirror are in Mistman's hand right now, as we see this Dig Through Time being fired off. Delve 6.
Yeah, I am kind of curious. I mean, honestly, what you have Drown, you have Bowmasters, and you have Archmage's Charm. Okay, I don't know if there's actually a way for Arnie to sort of survive through this. The Bowmasters, like you're gonna Stern Scolding, that's gonna get countered. Then you Snapcaster Mage, that's gonna get countered. But then I guess you have Fatal Push and Shielder's Edict. But the problem is that you really want your Orcish Bowmasters to survive. So how that's going to actually happen is a mystery.
We're going to find out one way or another if it does or it doesn't. But it's really interesting how much value both players are putting on Orcish Bowmasters currently. Like,
This is a very
go on.
poetic comment that I'm seeing in the chat, which is like the irony that the finals of the Timeless 1K, this Timeless Creator Clash, could be two decks that just run out of time.
That would, yeah, that would be the
I love that. That's
irony.
great.
Oh my word. Timeless format, but don't have all the time in the world. Okay, Orcish Bowmaster is going to hit 5 off. That's probably going to hit this Scolding that's going to come down and counter it, I imagine. Yeah, that looks like what Arnie decides to go with. He's going to pick that. That's going to get countered. And then we've still got a little bit of counter magic left up for Mistman. Arnie on the other side's basically out of action, just a load of kill spells and this Snapcaster Mage. There is a couple of counter spells in the graveyard, so he could use one of them if needs be. And yeah, we're going to have another counter spell battle. Here comes I don't know what number counter spell this is on. Is anyone
1 million.
Someone in chat's probably keeping track of it all. Okay, that's the 17th counter spell on the stack. You know, okay, we're happy for that to happen. Okay, now we're going to go Snapcaster into the Scorn. This is all in Arnie's upkeep, right? Oh no, end step. Since end step. Madness. Madness, I tell you. So we're going to counter this. We're going to untap. We've got 6 mana, Unknown card on top of our deck, Orcish Bowmasters around the locks, and Archmage's Charm in hand. Okay.
This is a mental workout.
It honestly, I'm not big brain enough for this. I'm not big brain enough for this. This is but we're gonna get you there, chat. We're gonna work you through this. All the counter mages right now are super happy with this. They're like, this is why I play Magic. You tell me I can just make my land drops and then have counter spells battles back and forth to the end of time, and I can punish my opponent for drawing cards. This is great. Sign me up. I'm all here for this. You're telling me a game's gonna go to time that doesn't involve Gabriel Nassif? I'm not gonna believe you. Well, sit back a minute. We might be seeing it live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh,
all right, so here's Snapcaster Mage coming in from. Okay, oh, we're going for dig through time. I love this.
Dig through time. We're going to go for a bit of value here.
Oh, never mind. That's the graveyard that we're okay. This makes sense, right? I think the concept of just trading 1 for 1 is not really ideal in terms of like you know, going even longer, right? This is like this is the sort of, or aren't they kind of saying like, all right, we this is just a battle of attrition, constantly, always, and forever. And so I'm just gonna use this opportunity to get more resources, if not anything else.
We go for the Bowmaster commit to memory. Are we going to end up cheesing out a game here?
That would be fantastic, honestly. But there is a second copy of Bowmasters in Mistman's hand, as well as Drown of the Lock and Archmage's Charm. If we add the numbers 2, 2, and 3, we definitely have 7 mana, so we can cast all of our spells all the time whenever we want to. Or actually, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind, 6. We do need a 7th, but we have Mystic Sanctuary in the hand there, so we are able to do the thing.
So Bowmaster is going to target Bowmaster. Now this Bowmaster is going to come in and target Bowmaster. Yeah. Okay, so after all that little back and forth, kind of nothing really changes except for Mistman's got a 1/1 token on the battlefield now, and Arnie has a 2/2 token. Fetch land drawn for the turn, so basically that's a Mystic Sanctuary, as well as the one we've got in hand. We're going to use that one and put the dig through time on top of our deck. Let's have a little look what's going to go on. How do we want to... I just feel like Mistman's hand is just better currently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, currently for sure. And I kind of get the feeling, though, that at some point, Mistman might run into the same issue that Arnie did earlier, which is where eventually you will draw your removal spells. You're going to have to find a way to sort of get them all through.
How much hand destruction do they play in the main? There's none in the main for either player, right? There's like you can't really find out what's going on in your opponent's hand, and like oh, you just got a removal spells. Cool, I can resolve all my magic. No hand is. I suppose Legion's End is kind of a bit of a hand destruction spell, as in you can at least have a look at what your opponent has got going on to see if the way is clear for you to resolve your spells.
That's not disruption. That's just like looking at your doom. Oh, nice. You have this card, this Archmage Charm, and this Drown in the Lock. Cool. It must be like a phrase for that or something, right? Just like hand depression. I don't know. Whatever it might be. I am slowly starting to think of another way that we could maybe convert this these removal spells into some sort of advantage. But this is like eons into the future of game one. But there's a world where where we put Lurrus into our hand, and then we use our removal spells to kill our Snapcaster Mage, and then buy back Snapcaster Mage to recycle our counter spells in the graveyard.
There's a I'm gonna say okay. This might be the turn that we fire off this Legion to have a look at what's going on the other side, and Arnie is not gonna like what he sees. That's if this resolves, I guess. It might not resolve, but Arnie luckily he's got a lot of removal spells. But I think this is the one he wants to resolve, so he can have a little sneak peek at that hand of Mistlands. And it does resolve, so he gets a little look.
Were there any in the graveyard that got exiled?
There is one in the graveyard, right? I believe.
Okay. Well, you only need one Bowmasters to win, I suppose.
That is true. That is a legit way to win a game of Timeless on Arena. We don't have to worry about clocks just yet. So basically, if people that are new to Arena or don't know exactly where the clock sits, you'll see on the left of your screen, next to both players' names, there's a little time, like sand timer. Below that is a little stopwatch. That stopwatch will drop when it gets to under 10 minutes on that player's clock. We will start seeing the clock there. So both players do have over 10 minutes currently. This is good for Arnie. He sees a couple of ways to draw more cards and a counter/kill spell in Drown the Locks, along with a fetch land, so he can put back this Edict and Fatal Push if he chooses to, and get a fresh look. Oh, it looks like he's going to go with Bauble. He doesn't want to be drawing more cards. Interesting.
Well, the Bauble is kind of a liability because it's not a controlled draw. Here, what's going on, right? We're playing this in a world where we can answer Bowmasters very reliably, but Bauble will proc on our opponent's upkeep, and that's where things can get a little bit tricky, if you will.
Right, Fatal Push, dealing with the token. That means coast is clear for these two creatures to come across. Connect with 4 points of damage, dropping Mistman down to 8 if they do connect. He's deciding if he wants to use this Drown in the Lock, which Arnie does know about. And that's the key, right? Just knowing what you're playing around is so huge in these matchups. And Arnie's happy to just attack straight into it. Mistman's deciding, oh, maybe I do, maybe I don't, fire it off.
Yeah, I think if I'm in Mistman's position, I also agree with this. Just take the damage here. It's not great, but right now our defenses are not the strongest. I want to do better than what we have here, and that might mean first resolving our dig through time, then using the Drown in the Lock. But this is crazy. Drown in the Lock is not the kind of card you want to spend as a creature removal spell. You really want to spend that as a counter spell. So hopefully Dig is able to find an actual removal spell that we can send to the Orc token or the Snapcaster Mage.
Still quite a few. We might end up having a game 2. Who knows? We don't call it early. We don't call it early just yet. Still a lot of Magic to play by 2 high-level mages, both piloting the same deck, and it is, and he's happy about this control decks. I'm not as happy. Let's be honest.
Well, no, that makes your Cavern of Souls even better then, right? So it's a win-win, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is the metagame for this week. But the more events we have, the more we just keep playing Timeless as a format, we're going to see the metagame evolve, right? And that's what I'm looking forward to. Who knows? This week it could be blue-black control that is winning. Next week it could be any sort of Kindred style deck like goblins or elves or something that comes out and says, hey, I know exactly how to take advantage of all the way this deck is built and things like that. So we'll see for sure.
So the way this is lining up is Mr. just gone Orcish Bowmaster, killed the Snapcaster Mage because he believes that his Drown in the Lock is going to be good enough to counter Lurrus on the other side of the battlefield from Arnie. But Arnie obviously has this drown on the lock that Mistman doesn't know about. So potentially we can see a little battle here for this Lurrus. And if Lurrus does resolve it, having access to something like a Snapcast image in the graveyard, it could be huge and potentially game changing. Going to be interesting. Obviously, still does this fetch land. All fetch lands are Mystic Sanctuaries at this point for both players. They do have one left in the deck. I believe they play 3 copies in both. A little look see. Yep, it is 3 copies in both decks.
Another card I think that could be interesting in the future is Veil of Summer. See that shout out from the chat. I think that card is also going to be pretty powerful moving into the next few weeks. Very good against Rakdos Breach. Very good against the blue-black.
Yeah, well, look, I play it in my Titan list. Not going to lie to you. At me if you want that list, chat. But didn't do too well here. But it breaking down just this format in general, 16 players, 13 different decks, and 2 of them being a mirror in the final. Real cool deck building by everybody that took part in today, all coming at it from different attacking angles. It just turns out this time around, Control with Lurrus just happened to pip them all at the post. It's pretty cool. You're eyesing me in chat. What's going on?
Yeah, well, huh? Oh, dang.
Yeah. I'm just gonna nod and smile, like, yeah, cool eyes, yeah.
Yeah. I wear the I'm stupid shirt in this relationship chat.
That is a good
and
question.
He's with stupid. Sorry, I have to finish the jar. I have to make sure that everybody is painfully aware of what I'm talking about. Okay, never mind. Anyways, so in this game state now, I think finally we're kind of just seeing it. The moment where these counter spells have kind of just been traded back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and
the thing is, Arnie just went, oops, he clicked the wrong spell. He didn't mean to go Orchestra Master. He meant to go Drown in the Lock.
No way, did he actually?
I'm sure he did. Yeah, he did. He accidentally pressed it. Oh no, that could be game changing for Arnie. Yeah, he's given the oops. He's giving the oops.
Wait a minute. Or this was the moment all along that actually mattered, and all we had to do was just be aggressive and put our threat into play and say, hey, I'm dictating the pace of this game. You do not have a counter spell here. We're going to win this way. So it is, so I say. Something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oops in chats. Oops in chats for Arnie. Is this going to pay off? Is this not? We're going to find out.
Oh, wait. Did he miss target with the Bowmasters?
Yes, he also targeted the token. And he's got a brainstorm in hand. It hurts so much.
Oh, and we don't have mana to cast the...
No, Oof. But we do have Lewis on the battlefield, and we are literally letting Mistman untap with a Loans Revealed and a Dig Through Time in hand, and we just got to sit back and watch. This is backbreaking. The clock is now on for Arnie as well, down to 14 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, yeah, this is tough. Now, this means Mistman's going to be able to untap, cast the Dig Through Time, must find a removal spell for the Lurrus in this moment. And then also there's still the 3/3 that is kind of a problem here that will take care of the life total. Maybe Mistman just chooses to also play like Lurrus of his own.
And so we blocked there. So yeah, we're after removals because Lethal is on the battlefield. If Lewis stays around, that means another Bowmaster or Snapcaster could get added to the battlefield. We're only at 7 life. Maybe this was the right line after all, just applying pressure, making them have it. But with the option of Dig Through Time and Loans Revealed, the turning and burning through our deck, we must draw something here, right? As we're going to start delving.
With the caveat that you couldn't play Lurrus on turn 3 or 4 or whatever and be like, oh, I'm going to get away with it. I think you have to wait until we've churned through all these counter spells and these Sauron's ransoms and these Drown in the Locks. And now finally, when we're both just in this battle, in this war of attrition, we're both in our rings of this boxing, or both in our corners of this boxing ring, just like sweat dripping down our faces. And we're like, all right, now I will try Lurrus. And then you're so tired that you accidentally click the wrong thing. And you're like, well, this is the best I got. I hope it works. And I mean, it seems fine.
Legion's End. 2 Bowmasters in the graveyard, 1 in play. How you winning the game? I think we might have some answers here to really kind of hit nail in the head here for Arnie. he might not be able to win the game if this comes down. If we take like Legion's End, bind to Sanctuary, maybe.
A bind to secrecy, you mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
secrecy. Sorry, yes, secrecy.
Well, wait. How are we killing the Lurrus? I'm sorry. Oh, we have drown potentially as well. Okay, so we can contain. I don't even know if we can actually contain the board here because you if you Legions and the Orcish Bowmasters and then you get rid of the Lurrus, then there's still the 3/3. But you could alternatively also just Legions and the token, kill the Lurrus or something like that, and then play your own Lurrus, buy back. Oh, but you don't. Do you have Orcish Bowmasters in the graveyard? You probably don't.
No, we don't have them in the graveyard anymore. I'm pretty sure we've been exiling them.
Yeah, because Legion's End of Arnie's Legion's End also got rid of a couple of Bowmasters, and Dig Through Time just cleaned out the graveyard as well. So,
okay, we're gonna go for the drown, the lock, and the bind.
wait, is our favorite bat going to come back into play? Is that the actual win condition? Is that how we stabilize?
Okay, drown the lock. That's Lewis gone. Lewis is off the battlefield. We now have another drown that we can point at one of these creatures if we want to. We've got the bind if we want to go that route. And Arnie, like, can't feel but bad for him. He's played so well, and then just like a misclick, and everything just starts falling apart for him. He's now down on cards, down on potentially on board, at least in card quality, and on time in this control mirror.
Well, Brainstorm is one hell of a card, right? You can draw your best cards in this deck. Brainstorm is the one that will dig you out of these scenarios. And with the Orcish Bowmasters gone now from Mistman's side, we actually have the green light to just go as probably hard as we can. So we'll see what happens here. I am mildly nervous, but
oh wait, hold on. We're duplicating a card. What are we going to go for? We're going to go for Bowmasters. We're going to go for the Lewis. Lewis not great with no cards in our graveyard. And we don't get the fancy trigger where we can go get our favorite bat because we don't have 5 in the grave. Timeouts being used here for both players. Lots of decisions on the line. Lots of, not only money but pride. We want to be able to count ourselves a champion. As a content creator, saying that you're able to, take down these sort of tournaments, it's a huge boon for you to add to the way that you play Magic. As Bowmasters is what we're going to steal. Bowmasters to shoot Bowmasters, brainstorming response while it's on the stack. We're going to have a look at the top cards of our library. It's another Bowmasters.
Okay.
It's a Dig Through Time and a Son's Ransom. There are 3 huge cards in this matchup.
That was a banger Brainstorm. Sorry, I know I just screeched into my microphone there, but that really does sort of telegraph how I'm feeling right now. This is it. This is how you win tournaments. You know what I'm saying? In those clutch moments, you put together all your energy. You're like, all right, I need this card right here, right now. Manifest it. Dig Through Time, Sauron's Ransom, and another copy. Is that the final copy of Orcish Bowmasters?
Yes, I believe it is 2 in the graveyard, now 3 in the graveyard, 1 left on top. But remember, there's commit to memory in both of these decks, so they could end up getting shuffled in. I think the only ones that have been exiled have been on Mistman's side for these Dig Through Times.
Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Well, 13 minutes left on the clock there for Arnie, so now we have yet another opponent entering into this battlefield.
This is crazy. So how many cards are in? Drown doesn't really do a good job at countering this Dig Through Time because Dig, remember, does exile cards from the graveyard. So as long as we've left 6 cards in there, it can't be countered with this Drown. It'd have to be a hard counter. Having a little look. See, I don't have Drown highlighting in the hand, so that tells me that there isn't 8 cards in the graveyard.
I mean, I can't tell if are there 8 cards in the graveyard? Can Drown the Lock counter this Dig Through Time?
There's 5 cards in the graveyard. No, it cannot.
Okay, so using the Dell from Dig Through Time to play around Drown the Lock, fantastic move here. And now we have what? Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust is a pretty good one. Gain some life here, draw some cards, get more advantages. Completely, you could actually.
What Cling does is it can completely turn off Drown, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. You can escape your. Well, I guess technically not because the token has a mana value of 0, so Drown will always be able to connect with that.
True. Yeah, true. A Mystic Search.
Yeah,
Wish
I agree. That's the yeah, I agree. At this point, it's just like fatigue, man. Like watching this game, I feel their energy right now. I'm just like, you just have to get through the next decision and the next step. You have to optimize. And Sauron's Ransom of all cards is so tricky and so difficult to come up with like the optimal line at this specific point in the game because it's just been so much magic, so endurance. You know what I mean? Like this is this is intense.
I had a good hairline by the time we started this matchup. Wait till we go back on camera and you can see my hairline. It has gone further back than anything. I mean, I didn't have a mustache when we started this game. It's going off, chat. But
It's also pretty late for you too, right? What time is it for you? 1 a.m.?
yeah, it's 1 a.m. in the morning currently.
Oh my
So,
lord, you're a champ, dude.
and I've got a full day of casting tomorrow. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's all good. We do this. We do these sacrifices for all you beautiful people watching at home, and I hope you enjoy this sacrifice that we've all been putting in, all the hours behind the scenes, all the hours where we do this to bring you this awesome content on a Friday evening. Oh yeah, it's also 1 a.m. for Arnie. Arnie is a European as well. Oh, so same with Missman actually. Missman's in Poland, so it's quite late for all of us right now.
Wow. Okay. Okay, and here it is. We finally got to the point where Lorien Revealed is just going to go for the hard cast draw 3 for 5 mana mode, and I mean it makes sense. The game extends that long. 29 cards left in deck, 3 cards in the graveyard. Okay, here it is. Draw 3, and I guess you are looking for any variation of removal spells, counters, just not like 3 lands. I mean, even 3 lands wouldn't be the worst thanks to the dig through time that's in hand. Oh, covered. I panicked. I panicked.
It's one of my favorite things when you panic. You get all tense. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I tend to overreact a little bit too. Well, I am mildly. I didn't see the Bowmaster in the hand there. Where did it come from? Was it there all along? Was I missing it?
Yeah, it's one that we had in hand. We put on top. So now
Okay.
Missman has now dropped below the 15-minute mark. So the clock is going to be in play for both these players now. Here comes a sanctuary for Arnie. He's going to put another Drownlock on top of his deck. Man, I'm getting out of breath, and this is getting crazy. But only 7 life here for Missman. That is not a lot. But Cling to Dust, remember, on a creature will gain us 3 life, but not more cards. And we know that there are Orcish Bowmasters in the graveyard. And if we can exile them, that's ideal, which means they can't be reoccurred when a Commemorate is cast and cards get shuffled back in. I almost at this point don't want them to. You know what I mean? Dig through time.
As a heads up, by the way, 14 minutes on the clock here for Missman. 10 minutes, 11-ish minutes for Arne.
I think everybody at home can see that. I don't think it's just us. I'm pretty sure everybody at home can see that as well.
Yeah, it's on the board, but just making aware because it is a very relevant fact here.
I think it's the factor. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if Arnie manages to win this game, he's still got a win on the clock. And I suppose if you win this game, can you cry out to? I don't know. Literally, time will tell. All I know is there is less than 25 minutes left before we crown ourselves a champion here of the Creator Clash.
Yeah, this is like I don't know. I cannot stress to you how amazing it is. Like this entire tournament has just felt like I think the timeless format is it. You know what I mean? It being just like great magic to be had everywhere. No qualms or concerns with like the power, like a very balanced metagame. Obviously, like certain cards have performed a lot stronger than others, but I still think it's mostly fine. I think also this being week 1, we'll see how the metagame chooses to react to sort of the decks that we see here. By the way, just asking for a friend, do you know Thought Distortion is on Magic Arena?
I have no idea, but chat will know. Chat knows everything, literally everything. I'm going to say yes because I saw someone in chat say yes. Yeah, it looks like it is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, it looks like it is. So I'm just my friends said they may show up here with Thought Distortion in their sideboard for this mirror match next week or something like that. Not me. I would never play a control deck. I'm much too.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
yeah, exactly.
Going back to it, with the timeless format, I'm always one of those players. I'm not playing arena. I'm an MTGO player. I'm a paper magic player. I'll never play this. I'm converted. I am so sold on this format. It is not only so cool to commentate and watch, but I have been playing a bucket load of this format, and I really, really am. It's everything's so. I just like doing powerful things in Magic, and this format allows that to happen for me. So I'm a convert. I'm down for it. I'm down for this. I'm all in. All in. Let's do it.
I do think it's pretty cool. I do agree here. All right, so we're gonna see in response. Here's a Snapcaster Mage. There's a Cling to Dust. Okay.
Yep, cling this. I'm going to draw a card, not you. But the shields. Well, we can also steal the token with this Archmage's Charm. We're getting the nice Samani. We're getting the Thanks and Mistman. A little bit back and forth between both these players. That is a Brainstorm drawn for the turn. Wonder if we do steal this.
Oh, heavy commitment here. Drown the Lock to counter Fatal Push.
Just a pair of Fatal Pushes in hand for Arnie. This is not what he likes, especially looking at, we know there's a commit to memory. An Archmage's Child that might be fired off. This is nuts. Into steal the token? And this is all in Arnie's upkeep, right?
Man, I'm just gonna tell you right there. I mean, commit to memory is literally there in the hand. If we could just somehow get it into the graveyard and then we go back into the bowels of the start of game one, like I'm
walking off. I'm going to bed. I ain't staying for that. No one got no time for that. That's just tweet me who wins, all right? Just tweet me.
Yeah.
I'll do a congratulations tweet for him in the morning. Now we've got dueling Cling to Dust going on. Okay, I'm going to target that. Okay, well, once in my graveyard, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cast it back and forth. This is... I just don't know. I mean, what's going on? This is such a stack already. And both players going down on clock and time. Arnie at 9 minutes. Mistman at 11 minutes. A slight advantage there for Mistman. Now we're going to see Brainstorm put on the stack in response. Finds Counterspell and drowns the locks.
That's the decider, right? Must be.
Well, it's only the side of this stack. It's not the game. It's not. This isn't a game-winning line.
Goodness,
right now.
Look how intense this stack is, by the way. And you're trying to tell me that this doesn't decide the outcome of this game. I mean, that to me, like, this match is definitely. If you're going to play this deck next week, like, rule number one: get the reps in. 100%. You got to know exactly how to play, and you got to optimize like pretty much everything that you can, even for the sake of time alone. So it is certainly tricky. I suppose there's still that copy of Cling to Dust in the graveyard for Arne, so we are still maybe able to generate some resources. Are there enough cards in the graveyard here?
Not for Arnie to fire it off in response, or well, not enough lands to fire it back off in response. So that one's now gone. Are we going to combat? Do we like that? Are we getting frisky? Are we going to try and win a little bit of combat damage? No, we're going to hold that up. Obviously, Fatal Pushes at end of turn are going to start getting fired off. Fatal Push. Are we? Oh. We're going to make your next draw step terrible. Yeah, have another Fatal Push. Oh no, it's second from top, isn't it? The top card was a commit. Oh man, no, not what is going on?
This is like a flashback to 2017 when Wizards was like, for the sake of tournament integrity, we are banning Sensei's Dividing Top. I'm already feeling the vibe right now. My goodness.
Anu, what's this format called?
Oh Lord. Okay.
What's the name of this format? Timeless? Okay, we've got you, chat. Don't go anywhere. No one is going to bed ever.
We're here, you're here. No, I'm kidding. But actually, this is kind of crazy. I mean,
also, you just got a sub from the people that are sat in the same room as me. MTG, thank you very much for the sub. We appreciate it. This will be over shortly, I promise you. Okay, Fatal Push does resolve. It does deal with the token. 2 damage does come across for Arnie. This is going to drop Mistman down to 4, but he does have the Cling to Dust. This is a way of gaining life, because obviously there are creatures in the graveyard and we can exile them. Unless this memory gets cast, but I very much doubt. In fact, Cling isn't highlighting, right? Which means, have we got less than 4 cards in our graveyard? We do have less than 4, so we can't cast the Cling. So we are only 2 attack steps away, but obviously now the fatal push has been drawn, which will turn on the. Oh my, yeah, we're go. This is a lot of work. My voice. I don't know how I'm going to do another like 11 rounds of Magic tomorrow. My voice is going to be shot. Here comes the fatal push. Are we going to commit this to the second card on top of Missman's deck? Do we
I
have
feel
to? No, we don't. We're fine. We're letting that resolve. Maybe we've got to commit the memory when it's cast. Lewis puts
okay.
it to hand.
Here's the line: we
Go
play
for it.
Luris, Arnie casts commit, we counter spell. That's the fourth and fifth cards that go. It's the fifth card that goes into the graveyard. The fourth is the fatal push. We buy back Cling to Dust, exile the commit to memory, and we attack 4 times with the Luris per game. I figured it out. We're home safe. This match, this game is done in just but a few minutes.
So we have a saying in the military, and it's called eyebrows. Like eyebrows it, and if it doesn't happen, you've got to shave your eyebrows off. And
Oh my goodness. Well,
are you willing to eyebrows that comment? That you oh my god, memory. We set up for the memory, and it didn't work. Counter spell's going to eat that brainstorm on top. We do get to go get this Loris, put it into hand along with a Mishra's Ball, and a Lorien's revealed.
oh, that must be it, right? That must be it.
You keep saying we've been saying that for the last half an hour.
That must be it. No, of course. Here it comes. Lorien reveal, draw 3 cards. That's going to pick up another copy.
Power Magic. We could play Bauble, Luris, Bauble, Counterspell backup. That is, okay. We might actually get a conclusion to game 1.
What's interesting though,
We didn't play this. What are we keeping up?
Time is important. Look, we're down to only we were up 5 minutes from Missman's side, and now that has become 30 seconds. This game is no longer about who wins in Magic, but who is the last person standing in this test of endurance. And I think that just goes to show you how complicated this matchup actually is.
Oh, if we crack double Bauble here, if we can draw an Orcish Bowman, this is how the stacks work. Who gets to draw their card first from these baubles if they both got cracked? Doesn't matter. Arnie doesn't crack it anyway. Soren's was Ransom drawn, and Legion's end of the 2 cards off the bauble. Counterspell is what is on top of the deck. Missman's fully aware of this, but it does have the creature on the battlefield. Bauble crack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Triggers revolt. Revolt now for this fatal push. Fatal push. Counterspell. No. Thinking about it. Ransom in response.
I think you let this resolve. I think you let this resolve as and he does instantly. Okay, there's land removal spell. Okay.
But dead cards. It's 4 dead cards.
Wait. Yeah, what if you just give it the pile of 3 and pretend that the one he takes the one? This late into the game, Arnie says, "I'm in your head." Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Hold on. How many cards are left in the deck?
No idea.
Is it? I might be seeing this wrong. It might be 4 cards left in this deck.
For
oh, 3, but there's a memory. He can just shuffle them back in whenever he chooses. Oh my word! This is a game and a half, ladies and gentlemen.
One of those cards is a Bowmasters, right?
I'm just gonna say yes. I'm just gonna say yes at this point.
Oh my goodness, we're countering a Mishra's Bauble. This is the timeline that we live in. This is what blue-black, this is what control does to the soul of a magician. Just harness the desperation. Truly Dimir, you know what I mean?
Hold on. What if we
don't finish that? Oh no, he's gonna finish it.
We draw the Orcish Bowmaster now. Oh no, we're gaining life. I was gonna say, what if we draw Orcish Bowmaster end of turn off the cling, and then we untap and go memory? That's not going to happen. We're going to shuffle this back in, especially while the shields are down, so it will resolve and we don't mill ourselves out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All those cards that were in the graveyards for both players have now just been shuffled back into the deck. A double Orcish Bowmaster in hand for Arnie, as well as the Snapcaster Mage, a couple of lands, and this Drown. Load of counter magic at the bottom of the screen, as well as Luris. And we go again. I feel like the Matrix is happening right now. Did we take the blue pill? Is that what's happening right now?
Arnie down to a 10-second differential here. This game is going. It's a nail biter. I'll tell you that it is a nail biter.
And we're back to square one. Land go, land go. Surely there's not much more land left back in these decks of both of these players. Maybe we're respecting the clock more than this game one now. Soren's Ransom taking a little bit of time off. No, you can have these. How many do you want? I'm going to take all three. Thank you very much. Cheers to that. I'll take it. We're now going to have to go to discard. Which cards are you going to discard? You got to discard up to 3. This is going to eat more time on your clock. We got 6 minutes and 10 seconds versus 6 minutes and 24 seconds.
I'm just delirious from this game. It's so insane.
Okay. What's happening?
I don't know. Great question.
I have no idea what's happening. Did we get a concession?
Wait, milled? Mistman decked?
Oh, he decked! Oh my word! Oh my word! He decked out.
How is that even possible? When we cast memory, though.
I guess the amount of cards that were decked, that were exiled from the dig through time, and then letting them draw. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's happened.
You're right. I actually no. I think you're actually 100% correct. Is that when we cast the memory, only a few amount of cards went actually back into the deck, and with all the cards that we're drawing, let's see if we have a note here from the producer. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yes. So yeah, we just put in a couple cards back, not enough, and then we just couldn't end the game in time. Which was this Arnie's master plan all along?
Arnie just has to make what 10 seconds up in this second game, and he'll win through clock.
That's crazy. That's so intense. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was sick. That was. I don't ever think I've seen. I don't think I've seen a game of Magic go to that degree of just like stamina. You know what I mean? Like not even just like the players making the right decisions in the right time, but literally what the deck is capable of doing. At the very end, Mistman's deck was just like, I give in. I have no more to give you. You played a great match of Magic. Let's go to the next game.
I think realistically, it's a bit of fatigue and a little bit of rushing happening. Like both players are very conscious of the clock. Both players have been playing a long game of Magic all day long. Remember, it is late here in Europe, currently 1 a.m, and both players are battling it out here. Maybe we weren't meant to cast that. Maybe we were meant to leave a couple more cards in the deck. Maybe we were going to try and eke out that game another way, but that is all in the past now. We are going to go to game number 2, and realistically, it is the clock. We're seeing snap keeps. We're not even thinking about it. We've got 6 minutes and 4 seconds versus 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Just even things like fetches taking an extra couple of seconds is going to be huge. Lawrence revealed there's no holding up counter magic in this match.
Look at the pace of play here. You love it.
I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I would just be like, I wouldn't be. Oh, hold on. Cracking fetches is going to eat my opponents turn up a little bit potentially. We're just seeing both players snapping off their spells. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I mean, Mistman is already. He's like it's like the equivalent of like pre-moving in chess, where you're just hovering the land over or whatever. You saw that too. Oh my goodness! Wait, does Sunken Hollow come to play tapped?
It's 4:15 a.m. right now here in Dubai. I love watching Can't Sleep. Well, we thank you very much for being here, Miss Dr. Snackbar. Appreciate it, my friend.
All right, let's go. As funny as it is, I think I've gotten to the point where just like my energy has depleted, and now it's like the adrenaline has got me so intensely into the committed to the end of this match. I need to know who wins, and I need to know how they win. I must.
This might come down to who can cast the most Soren's Ransoms and make your opponent eat their clock up. Because Arnie is down to 5 minutes and 23. We've got 5 minutes and 38 from this minute at the bottom of your screen. Land, go. Or exceed, yeah, whatever. So another Soren's Ransom. I'm going to Soren's Ransom in response potentially, or we counter in it. We're going to drown that. You're not going to get eat up any more on my clock. Do you want to do it? No, of course you don't. Next, keep going. What are we doing? Okay, Mystic Sanctuary. Eating up more time in the clock. Who wants to do this? 5 minutes and 22. 10 seconds between both players.
Arnie actually got within the second for a brief moment there earlier at like 5:57 for Arnie, 5:58 for Missman. Anyways, I mean, strategically, we also just need to think about like what's going on. Obviously, you need to be like power playing and play as fast as you possibly can. But if you actually want to close the game outside of time, what even is the option, right? Like,
it's not happening. It's not.
It's just not happening.
This game is not going to be resolved by damage or decking. I'm saying it now. If I'm wrong, I will do something stupid. But I really be surprised.
Was eyebrows? Okay.
The mustache will come off. The mustache will come off, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the mustache is coming off if this game is resolved through damage or through decking. I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to time. I'm kind of regret saying that out loud, but I'm a man of my word. I'm sticking to it, chat. You might turn into the stream tomorrow and I'll have no mustache. Both these players battling out under 5 minutes of both players now. There is literally less than 10 minutes before we crown ourselves a champion of the Creator Clash. One thing for certain, it is going to be someone playing Dimir Control, and boy, don't we all know it at this point that these are the two decks in the final. And they are moving really quickly. Who can get the edge here? There's less than 10 seconds between them now.
Love this. This is what I'm talking about. I have always envisioned a format of Magic where you were only given like 10 to 15 minutes, like the equivalent of Blitz in chess. This is it. Like this is we are pod racing right now. You know what I mean?
We found a new format. It is pod racing in Arena. Let's go. Let's go to see how he plays out. Drown unlocks the draw for turn. And plus a Mishra's Bulbul off the Bulbul trigger. We're going to cast this Bulbul. Any responses? No, none for me. What is the F6 button in Magic Arena chat? Let me know. How are both players going to start gaining this extra time? It looks like Arnie is down about 15 seconds currently. But he's going to get this Mystic Sanctuary. He's going to eat more time of his clock up. The resolve. We're going to pick the Soren's Ransom on top. That we know eats time up on your opponent's clock now.
Okay, wait. Hear me out. This is what's going to happen. Because of the clocks, at some point, somebody is going to be forced to make the move. And it's probably going to be the person with less time. And in that one turn, all the suspense that we are building up to right now is just gonna it's gonna just like what is it called? The bubble. The bubble's gonna pop. You know what I mean? And I'm so curious to see what's going to happen. Yeah.
We might get a bat in play. A beatdown.
Oh, no.
It's a 2-2.
This is the worst too. This is me breaking the fourth wall. I used all my snoozes for my ads, and now there's an ad in progress now. Okay, perfect. No. That's fine. I'm okay with this. A minute and a half. We have a minute and a half in this match. We need to figure out firstly what's going to happen with the board. How do we stabilize? How do we get rid of this Orcish Bowmasters through triple, not double, triple Archmage's Charm and a Drown in the Lock? What is Reassembling Skeleton?
It basically returns from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Wait, this is from the spell book? It's from the spell book?
Yeah. It came from the spell book.
And it's such a good threat too. It comes back, it doesn't die.
It's such a good threat. Please don't win through combat damage. Please don't win through combat damage.
Mustache.
Please don't win through combat damage. Come on, look, we've got Orcish Bowmasters. We can do something about this. Archmage's Charm is going to counter this Orcish Bowmaster. Do we want to have a battle? It does look like we've got another stack on the line. Here's a counter spell for that Archmage's Charm. Are we going to Drown and lock this? Are we going to Archmage's Charm?
Tick-tock.
No choice to do it. We are going to fire off this Archmage's Charm on that counter spell. We can now crack a fetch and play another Bowmaster while the shields are down. How are we going to go about this? 3 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock. 3 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock. The missman at the bottom of your screen. This literally might come to a 007 win victory for the winner of the Creator Clash. We're going to put counterspell back on top. We're now cracking again. We're going to shuffle that counterspell back in. Oops, sequencing went a little bit wrong there. Doesn't matter. We need to start getting our clock down. Orcish Bowmaster hits the battlefield. It is going to take out the other Orcish Bowmaster. Bring along with it a Goblin Orc Mass token with a 1/1 counter on it. Now we're going to start cracking baubles, eating more time up on the clock. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 minutes and 2 seconds for Arnie at the top of your screen. Triggers. Trigger on the stack. Trigger on the stack. Draw a card. Trigger. Shoot this. Okay, maybe a little bit of misstep here. Now we get to an extra Bowmaster trigger. Goodness.
Okay. All right. Oh, with the brainstorm just resolved.
Brainstorm gives me more triggers. Don't start casting brainstorms. This is coming.
Demonic Tutor shuffles the deck.
What are we going to get? A shield red? I don't know. We need to pick something, and we need to pick it now, Arnie. You do not have time to be doing Thoughtseize. Again, you don't want to be thinking. You don't want to be.
Oh, he's not. This is all just like, it's like his eyes are all white, and he's going purely off of gut instinct. This is his aura. He's just fighting here. as he's like, she's just like full Super Saiyan right now in the final moments of this match, 100%.
He's down 40 seconds with 2 minutes. I don't think
he's going for the damage win.
I don't think it's doable. I don't think he can do this.
Let's see it. Repeat after me, Chad. Mustache.
It's going. Okay, we're going to come across 3 points of damage. That's going to drop him down to 14. Can we add to this board? No, we can't. We got an Otawara though, so we can get things off the battlefield if we need to. Here comes a Drown the Lock. Trying to take it out. We're going to start ourselves another battle. We're going to bounce back this Orcus Bowmaster into our hands.
It's uncounterable.
That's a beautiful play, but look at the clock. It's the clock. It is going to come down to the clock. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left for Arnie. 2 minutes and 47. There's a 40-second gap between both of these players in the clock. And normally when you've got, when you've got 50 minutes, that doesn't really matter. When you've got 2 minutes on the clock, every single second matters. There's
another Bowmasters. I think this brainstorm resolving may be what gets Mistman solidly ahead, both on the board state stabilized and on clock 30 seconds ahead, right? 40 seconds ahead.
We've got another stack going on. Less than 2 minutes now for Arnie. 2.5 minutes for Mistman. Mistman's got a little bit of breathing room, I would say. This Orcus Bowmaster does resolve. Pointed damage coming across. Fetch landed in response. Eat a little bit more time up. Why not? We're under 2 minutes now. Get the Sanctuary. What are we going to put on top? We're going to put the... Oh, my word. Okay. Blind's going to go back on top. We're going to go digging again. Okay, Kling's going to deal with that. We're going to draw another card. Orcus Bowmaster in response to that. And how are we getting...
There's so much happening in this last 20 seconds.
There's more actions happened in the last 5 minutes than it did in the last 5 minutes. This is absolutely crazy what's going on. Counterspell drawn for the turn. Any targets, go face. 7 damage. That's all it is going to take.
Oh, okay. Taking the token.
Okay, we're gonna. I've got to shave my mustache off. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no! Wait.
No. If Mistman wins, wait, does that count? Does that count?
No, it goes to game 3. The match is not concluded, on it. It's not concluded.
Jordan just cackled. It's so funny.
No. God. Honey, why are you doing this to me? What are you doing this to me?
Look, I want you to look at the top left corner of the screen and just look at Arnie's smile. That's all I want you to. He's looking into your soul. He's like, mustache.
Chat, I'm a man of my word. I will turn up tomorrow without a mustache if this game does.
Oh my goodness.
Arnie, I have faith in you, Arnie. I've got faith in you. Let's go. Come on. Do not take this damage. You're not that guy, Arnie. Don't take this. You've got this. Get the moral victory. I think you've accepted that you're going to lose this game on clock.
Arnie has quadruple counterspell in hand. Is that not just the funniest thing?
Yeah, but counterspell Bowmaster. So Bowmaster comes down. We're going to counter that. We're going to counter that. We're going to counter this. We're going to. We've got no mana. This goes up.
You have no mana.
4 damage coming across. Oh no! Hold on, we've got Klings. We've got Klings. Klings can game us life, right? We must have enough cards in the graveyard for Kling. Lewis is added to hand. Lewis is played for turn. Oh my no! I'm shaving this up, aren't I? Oh, I'm so shaving this much stuff. Lewis played. Lewis cast. Okay. Orcus. Come on, Arnie, you've got this. For the mustache, Arnie.
40 seconds, Will, for your mustache. All right. In the last moments, I'm going to change sides. I'm rooting for Will's mustache.
Oh no! Commit to maybe bounce this Orcus Bowmaster because it didn't come down to damage. Oh no! What a shame! Oh no! It came out. Oh no, chat! Oh no, chat! Oh.
That is the biggest loophole I've ever seen in my life. Oh my lord!
It was concession and a full concession there. Mistman taking the game down and the tournament. Congratulations to Mistman. My word, goodness. I am exhausted after that match, ladies and gentlemen. That was absolutely crazy. Absolutely.
That match took so long. I had to take my hoodie off. I started doing a little bit of cardio. I was like, you know what? I got 1,500 steps in during that last match, by the way, which is absurd. I mean, okay. Congratulations to Mistman for creating an insane deck, especially tuned to the current metagame of Timeless. And then your deck showed up not only in first place, but the person that took it and changed a couple cards made second place. You are absolutely insane. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I'll figure it out.
Imagine if that happened on the last couple of turns. Are we back?
Are we back? Are we back? Hello?
We're back. We're back. Okay, chat. That can we all count our blessings that that did not happen with the last minute on the clock for both players, that we got a crash. That's cool. We're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to call it to close. This is obviously my name is Will Hall. That is Rakdos, and we are bringing you this timeless classic. It has been absolutely amazing. Content creators, we give 16 of them the challenge. Build the best deck you possibly can in this format. Here's a bunch of money that's your incentive. Go crazy. And Missman answered all everything, ticked every single box. Not only built the best deck, built the second best deck, and then took down the tournament. So congratulations to them for doing that. And if they are a content creator, all 16 are content creators. If you're not following them, you should be following all 16 of them. They've all put up amazing decks, amazing fights, amazing content, and they will continue to do that. On that one, Anu, I think I think that the gods are telling us that we need to start ending this stream. I think we found the best deck in the format. We've pretty much solved the format being absolutely amazing, full of powerful cards, and just being an absolute joy to not only watch but take part in. Have you got any comment on that?
I am really excited for this timeless format, taking a deep breath here and sort of stabilizing myself. We're going to pull up the last slide here, which is an advert for the Open Entry 1K. This match was insane. The matches today have been fantastic. And if you want to play more high-level timeless, this Open Entry next week is what you should do. !open in the chat. You can sign up for the Melee link. We've already got people signed up and entering, and I'm going to see how many more people we can get in. This is fantastic. I believe in this format. It is so much fun to watch this today, and I can only brace for what we're going to see next Sunday.
Yep, congratulations. I mean, if everyone wants to take part of this and you want to show potentially you think you can build a better deck, or maybe you can pilot a better deck to beat these better decks, we now have a meta for timeless, and you can take full advantage of that in this 1K. And plus, the better these events do, the more chance that we can put more of these on for you. So if you enjoy these, this is what we need to do. And on that one, I think we need to say thank you to everybody. We need to say thank you to Jordan working in the background, being absolutely amazing, putting all the slides on the graphics, getting everything working. Even when the internet dies, we come back straight away. It's all good. Jordan, you've been an absolute star, my friend. We need to thank all 16 of the content creators for turning up, for being here, for not only streaming the event, but taking part, jumping in the chat, interacting with you, and bringing us these amazing decks. 16 content creators, 13 different decks. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you very much to them. And then, we need to say thank you to you, chat, for being here, for being in everybody's chats at once and being absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty sure we just raided someone, so nobody's going to be listening. So thank you very much for us. We'll see you later on. Good night. Bye.